Hi, Michael. So we're going to respond to your focus group questions here, and I'm Alex. I'll be the moderator, and we're just going to chug through each one of these and provide our feedback and upload this to YouTube so you guys have the response. So we'll start with the first bank in consumer behavior. And so, Kaylin, how often do you plug your phone into a charger on a typical day?
3.
3. Tyler?
Is it 2 times?
2 times.
I'd say about 2 times.
I agree, probably 2, 3
2 to
is
3.
probably the average, depending on use. What's the most you ever plug it in, like on a heavy day? 4?
4.
4.
Maybe?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, so 4 times, 2 to 4 times. How about that? How many times per month do you leave your house with your cell phone battery at 50% charge or less? So I'm guessing that's at the beginning of the day. And I would say I never do that because I don't make it.
Me too. Rarely.
Don't do
like
that.
If
So
ever.
maybe 2 times a month.
I'd probably say more than that. Because like with chargers in the car and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
it
It's
doesn't
not that
matter.
important.
Yeah, I got a charger in my office too, but I just don't like. It's like a comfort factor for me to have my phone below 50%. I don't like it.
It is. Safe
So
zone.
I guess that depends on personal preferences. I would say about that.
Yes.
Is your charging cord long enough to charge your phone? Yes. Never had an issue with that.
Yeah, it's long enough. When they're different lengths, I guess. That at home, it's a really long one. And then I have the regular charger, manufacturer chargers. I
Okay.
like the longer chargers though.
Yeah. I would say using the iPhone charger, there's many times where it could be
Longer.
at least a foot or 2 longer.
I'd say it's long enough. Just never had too much of an issue.
Yeah. I have an Android, and I'd say mine is almost too long. Like it gets wrapped up sometimes or caught on stuff. But I've seen lightning cables sometimes that just seem like pretty short.
Yeah.
So, whatever you want to take from that. Number 4, how long does it take to charge your cell phone? So for me, Android has like a supercharger thing, and I think it can do a full charge in less than an hour. That's it. 45 minutes an hour.
Yeah. I don't know how long it takes, but definitely less than an hour.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
Even
Less
for
than an hour.
iPhones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the need in the marketplace. So, would you purchase a device that would charge your cell phone wirelessly? Yes.
Yes.
That's my answer.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, I would if it wasn't like over the top expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it like cost double what a regular one would, I probably wouldn't spend the extra money.
Yeah. Or I don't know if this is just paranoia. If it was like risky for some reason, I
Right.
can't see. Assuming that it wasn't risky and it was affordable, I would buy it. Do you think there's a need for such a product in the marketplace? Yes.
Yeah, I don't know of many other than the Galaxy phone, whatever
Yeah.
brand has the touch charger.
Yeah.
Wireless. There's definitely a need.
Yeah, I think convenience-wise, I mean, why not?
Yeah, if there's a need in the, I guess like the convenience of people who value that more than, let's say like, I don't know, reliability or something maybe, like
Yeah.
people will still want to buy it.
I agree.
If it's, I mean, not saying that it is less reliable or whatever, you know, just people might view it that way.
At first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Number 7 is, do you think that the product could have universal appeal, i.e. a variety of age groups, nationalities, etc.? I don't see why one age group would use it more over the other than just like technological proficiency.
Yeah.
So it should theoretically appeal to everybody,
If you can use a cell phone, you should be able to work it.
right? I guess the only thing that would prohibit other nationalities is price point, you know, if it were prohibitively expensive in developing countries.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about age groups is obviously the typical, you know, if they're older, they may not believe it works as well.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
Product specs, where would you like to buy the smart charger? I would assume like any electronics retailer, Best Buy, Radio Shack, Walmart,
Amazon.
Amazon. Any Is there any other place that maybe is not a traditional retailer that should carry it?
Even like
I feel like places like TJ Maxx or something like Marshalls, they carry that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Novelty, almost novelty type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or even in like T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, an actual service.
Okay. So there's the carriers, like we call it multidisciplinary department stores, electronics retailers, I guess the usual suspects. How much money would you be willing to spend on the smart charger? My Samsung Q charger, which is like a magnetic, it's not really wireless. It's like it's got to have contact with the little base, but that was $40, I think. So if it were really wireless and I could just keep the phone in my pocket and inside my house I could walk around and it was still charging, $100 maybe.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree. I wouldn't spend more than 100. 100 would be my max point for a truly wireless, no contact needed.
Yeah.
I would say 60 to 100, depending on the quality. You know, if it really did work, like you said, if you could walk around the house, if it didn't really matter the area that was between you and the charger, or if there was like any discrepancy, if there's like if you live in a brick house
Right.
or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, dead spots and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What features of the product would you like to see the most? Features. I guess for me, it's got to be. We just touched on it. Like
Range.
consistency, range.
Right.
It should be truly wireless if you're going to have something new and differentiating.
So also the speed of recharging, because obviously you don't want to sacrifice that.
Yeah, if it's substantially slower than a traditional plug-in, that's not super attractive. The color or anything like that doesn't really matter.
I don't
to
know
me.
what this charger would look like. Would it be nice if it could be portable too?
Portability is good.
Yeah, so it's not like so big. Like maybe like the size in my head. Like I'm thinking like the size of like Apple TV or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
if
good
it was
point.
little like that, because if I'm at home, I don't necessarily need a wireless charger as much as say if I'm at the beach
Yeah.
or just out for extended amounts of time. So if it's like portable, I would like it to be small and
Yeah.
too.
That's a good point.
I think also you have to look at
Big
like
like a router.
the ease of setup.
Yeah.
If you're looking at how you sync it with the charger with your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and going back to the safety of it, is there any discrepancy in if it's Bluetooth or how it syncs up? If you have to worry about
Yeah.
cross.
That's a good point. Is like interface, how it would actually work with different types of phones. Like Samsung technology, it's got to be built into the phone, and then you got to have a base that has the same type of technology. So thinking about how that would work from a manufacturer of phones standpoint is probably something to consider. What ages do you think the product would appeal to most?
I feel like definitely not. I mean, like probably more like young professionals. I guess is a good class. Like people like because like I don't see kids like really being the ones that are mainly buying this. I see like young adults, that are like tech savvy, want to have that
Yeah.
feature.
Whatever age range uses a lot of apps and things like that, like your phone dies faster as you're using Facebook and Snapchat or Instagram all day. So whatever age group uses.
I think it's a pretty wide
App usage.
range. Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
15 to maybe 40 or
Yeah.
50. Like Caitlin
Exactly.
said,
Yeah.
depending on how heavy you use it. I think the value of it is more contingent on power user status, I guess you could say.
Right. Or people who just like to see their phone charged, like me and you, that whole safety thing.
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
know my phone's charged.
And at some point, it's like the early adopter curve where I think the younger people would probably move towards it first, and then as people sort of figure out that it's even available, it becomes more ubiquitous. But
We think parents would too. If their children are playing on
Yeah.
whatever, if they're playing on, if that's type of parent
Yeah.
that just puts a phone in front of them.
it'd be really
Right.
cool if you had like it could charge multiple devices at the same time, and you got your kids on all the little different screens and whatnot.
Tablets.
You've got your phone, and you don't have to worry about kind of scrambling for the available
Right.
charging jack.
Yeah.
So What color and physical design would be ideal? I personally don't have much preference because hopefully it would be somewhere out of sight or minimally visible.
Yes.
I would imagine it'd look like every other piece of electronics, where it's white, gray, or black.
Right.
You know?
Right. Something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely nothing fluorescent color.
Yeah, I don't think that like customization of like
Charger.
like how Apple does a lot of their stuff. It doesn't matter if it's blue or green or it comes in different colors.
What do you think though with like college kids, you know, if they wanted stuff like that, they'd probably want to have that option if they wanted like pink or blue or green
True.
or
Especially if you're saying it appeals more to younger people first. So, I mean, I guess the option would be cool. But
just have like a basic slate of colors where it's, you know,
Yeah.
red, pink, blue, green, black, white,
yeah.
gray.
Wouldn't hurt.
Price point.
Yeah, where would you place the price point that would allow us to build economies of scale quickly? I have no idea how to answer that, to be honest.
Place the price point.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of building economies of
It's
scale,
not to be cheap. Where,
Yeah.
how much should this be put on the market for?
yeah, I feel like you kind of answered that though.
I mean, like you said, where your charger, you said it was 60,
40.
40.
Yeah.
So you think you could probably add $20 on it, or maybe
At least.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
For like new technology?
$70 maybe.
Yeah.
But in terms of building economies of scale, that's the part that I'm curious about because you're talking about
Cost.
associated with it.
You
And
don't
so,
necessarily know.
yeah, but that becomes more of a function of like the options and the variability of the product.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're talking about colors and maybe different features or capacities.
Right, like one that might only like use like you're able to use in a room opposed to like one that
The whole house.
Portable,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, for me, I'm kind of falling back to $100. If it can't cover the whole house for $100, it's probably too much for me.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Solid.
Okay.
Technical issues. So, what do you feel you might run into in having a single charger that is wireless for all members of your household?
Everybody trying to use it at once.
Yeah. That affects the ability of
Yeah, it diminishes the capacity or somehow, or the speed.
Right.
Or if there's like a vicinity thing, if you're closer to it than somebody else, if yours charges faster than theirs.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's more of like a quality assurance type of question. But I would just say consistency in the charging is all I run into an issue. Or if like there's only a certain amount of devices that can connect to it at one time.
Yeah.
But that may be an option for like higher price models.
Yeah.
Plus version.
Yeah. What technical issues do you think we'll run into in developing this product? Ooh, that's a bit of a loaded question. How do you do it? is that an issue? Yeah, I think like just from an engineering perspective, it's going to be a challenge. Safety, you know, you've got current running through the air. How does that affect human beings and pets and all that kind of stuff? Consistency and quality, we talked about that a few times. You know, how far away you get from it, the types of the walls of the structure.
And you see, you know, or technical issues with
The device itself, too.
Yeah,
Because I know
syncing.
chargers give out.
Syncing, connecting, the compatibility of devices. I guess the manufacturers would have to be on board with your product to build it into theirs. So you'd have to get like buy-in from them.
as long as it doesn't open your phone for any viruses or anything like that.
Yeah. Is there potential data security? I guess that wouldn't be an issue. You're probably gonna have to get like UCC or some type of electronic certification for it from, what is that body? I don't know. You look on the back of a phone or something like that, and you see those stamps and certifications. Will probably be an issue.
International markets. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I could see this in like, like I don't know, like Japan or China, like some cultures that are obviously more technologically
Yeah.
savvy.
I mean, I feel like pretty much every developed country is going to be interested in it,
Yeah.
and everybody would be interested in
Everybody's
it.
some
But
place.
yeah. Do you feel that a different plug outlet design in different countries could hinder the ability to mass produce a wireless plug-in charger? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it takes you into the same problem anybody can have traveling overseas if you have the U.S. plug-in. But I mean, I think anywhere you go, you can get an adapter, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But I can see where if they are catering mainly to the U.S. market, if somebody wanted to buy it, say overseas, they may need to make that.
Well, that may be a technical issue. Is like just the current difference. I think here it's 220, and like Europe it's 110 voltage or amperage, whatever it is. So maybe that's an issue. But I think you can get around it. How could we add value to the product with the goal of staying ahead of the competition that may pop up? Yeah, we talked about maybe like different functionality or different levels of the product, like good, better, best. This one does a room. This one does 1,000 square feet. This one does X square feet, something like that.
Yeah. It's about color customization.
Color customization, the number of devices. Anything else?
Covers it. Do you think airports, restaurants, and other public places would adopt this? I could see like restaurants or something just like charging you, like add it to your bill just to use it for an hour or whatever,
Well, there's already, when you go to an airport, everyone's always jockeying for the seats that have the chargers next to them.
Yeah.
And some airports are good about having charging stations, others aren't. So, yeah, if you can offer some type of a solution to airports that say, all you got to do is plug this in this area and it'll cover this whole swath of a terminal, that would be a big plus.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like a commercial application and then a retail product, but
Yeah, because I could easily see like the rewards clubs of the airports offering that, as one of those pluses, or hotels doing things like that.
And you mentioned a good point about the theme parks or things you do outside when you're away from
Yeah,
outlets
there's no
when
plugs
you need your
around.
charger. So outdoor places, Disney World, all that
yeah.
good stuff.
That's a good idea. In the closing remarks, what advice do you have about the packaging or product considering the broad range of appeal?
Packaging, just making sure that specifications, the concerns that we had, are readily available.
Yep. Don't make it one of those impossible to open clamshells, where you gotta like get the jaws of life to open it. Yeah, I don't know. I think packaging is pretty minimal concern.
Yeah, it's for electronics. It's a charger.
Closing remarks. Anything else relevant to consider?
They can get it done. It'd be great.
Yeah,
I would use it if it were real.
Yeah.
I would. I think everybody would. I mean, I use a wireless one right now, and the only downside is it's got to be stuck there. It'd be super cool if you could carry it around in your house and it charged.
I think that follows a lot of things like Wi-Fi and everything now. I mean, you can get boosters and things like that, so
Yeah.
I mean, it would follow all those other electronic.
All right,
Okay.
signing off.
Cheers.